Hello, how are you today? One of the main challenges that brands face today is related to the abundance of data. Normally the term abundance is connected to something positive. And in fact, when we think about big data, for example, we hardly perceive this as something, as I said, challenging. So the truth is that many companies struggle with the abundance of data and don't find a way to make sense of it, and don't translate it into something smaller and more actionable. However, while a part of our industry tries to make sense of a big amount of data, there is an even bigger number of brands that face the opposite, a harder problem, which is lack of data. In today's fast-moving and connected world, companies are forced to adapt to digital transformation. This includes changing the strategy that your company uses to collect data. And specifically, to our case, we're talking about customer feedback. Collecting feedback from customers or business partners has never been easier today, but somehow the majority of companies still struggles to get it. As we said in, I believe, dozens of videos, customer feedback is the most reliable way to measure customer satisfaction and the only true way to get to know your customers. However, customers don't like wasting time completing extremely long surveys or questionnaires or participating in interviews. Therefore, the challenge for today's companies is to create ways for customers to share their opinions naturally. In this video, I will present 5 customer feedback collection strategies that will let your company to get in contact with your customers and with their honest opinions. So number 1, provide proactive live chat support. So the chat support can help your company better understand customers' wants and needs. That's for sure. By analyzing the conversations, it will be possible to identify patterns and therefore adopt appropriate solutions to solve customers' challenges. So, long story short, if you have a chat, you already have customer feedback. You just need to analyze it. Number 2, monitor social media channels. Social media can be a valuable source of feedback for companies. Social listening tools allow organizations to monitor brands' social presence as well as competitors. On top of it, it would enable you to improve user experience and quickly respond to issues that may arise. Also, in this case, the data is already up there and it's available to you. However, what is easily accessible are trends and quantitative information. The real customer feedback in the form of free text is more difficult to capture, and trust me, you cannot use any social listening tool to do so. Number 3, speech-to-text analysis. By converting your full audio recording into text, it's possible to analyze any interactions that otherwise would be lost. Remember that any contact with your customers can be a source of feedback. Analyzing customer-centered calls allows you to identify the aspects of your products or services that need to be improved. Additionally, speech-to-text analysis allows you to understand your customers' care employees and their performance, so you can pinpoint what aspects of your customer service need improvements. Number 4, use pop-ups. So, pop-ups provide a direct method of getting in front of your users. The pop-ups could be placed on your website or an app, and they could contain a very brief questionnaire to access customer satisfaction within your website, your service, or your brand. Number 5, independently from what source you have, use open-ended questions. Traditional surveys are not reliable when trying to collect customer feedback. How many times have you started rushing through a questionnaire, for example? So, you should replace long questionnaires with a couple of open-ended questions. These will allow you to get in contact with the voice of the customer, and finally, they will enable you to understand how your customers refer to your products or services instead of providing them with a pre-structured set of questions which don't give them the possibility to express themselves freely. So once again, I really hope you liked this video and that you can somehow use it to improve your business in these challenging times. Let me know what you think in the comments and see you soon.